Hey Ma, do you know what burst my bubble?
What burst your bubble, Andrew?
The passage of time. It seems like just yesterday, and you and I used to do burst my bubbles from this room very often.
This is true. We did. We did them
Oh,
like every other day.
I don't know how frequently we did them, but it was pretty often. Now it's like May of 2023, and I think the last burst my bubble we did from this room was probably 2019. That's literally, what's 23 minus 19? 4?
4?
Yeah, supposedly I was good at math. Remember you said
Well, I had to think too.
I scored perfectly on the math placement test. So they wanted to make me an accountant and a math teacher when I was going to college. But I gave up when I got to calculus. I did good in pre-calc though.
Well, that says a lot.
Yeah.
Those courses are hard.
But now I've changed my focus. I went from math to accounting to marketing, and now I want to be a performer. Now I want to be a comedian.
Theater.
Now I want to be a theater. Now I want to be Mr. Hollywood, as they say.
Well, I said it takes a lot of hard work and a lot of pounding the pavement, but you've got it with comedy, and people like your comedy.
Yeah, people seem to think I'm a comic and performative genius. Not to toot my own horn, not to sound grandiose, but I think I am pretty good at it.
You're funny. You have a very funny, witty sense of
Yeah,
humor.
somebody said I'm like a superhero who has a superpower of hitting the punchline perfectly every single time. Some people practice for years to hit the punchline. Me, I effortlessly hit the punchline when it comes to comedy again and again and again. I have like awesome comic timing.
But I think also what you have is a natural ability to make people laugh. Some people are stiff and not loose and funny just in and of themselves. You have that, and that's natural.
Yeah, no, I really have a quick wit, a natural talent, and I think a lot of it, is just you can't teach it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Some people are really practicing really hard to get the perfect comedic timing. Me, I just effortlessly do it. And I think a little bit of it is obviously intelligence. I don't know why I am so naturally funny. I know, Dr. Garrett. I mean, he was saying, maybe it's traumatic experiences like a Jim Carrey and a Robin Williams. Like they've suffered a lot, so they make everything into one big joke. It's a coping mechanism. I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's just I think it's a trait that you want.
But Dad growing up was very funny, and I was always laughing. So even in like elementary and middle, and I was a pretty funny kid. So I don't know if it's just necessarily I've suffered so much and now I'm like Jim Carrey. I do think trauma does give you a lot of experience and does make you see things in a different kind of way. However, I don't think it's like and I have suffered tremendously. Let's call a spade here. I've really, with my mental illness and such, I've experienced tremendous pain and suffering. But with that said, maybe it is. I know Dr. Garrett wants me to cry, for example, like about the sadness, not turn everything into one big joke, not act like a buffoon at times, and I think that's a good idea too. But
crying is hard for some people.
Yeah,
it is hard for some people.
But he thinks it's okay to feel sadness and to. Okay, let's start a second one. I want to do a different topic.
Okay, it is what.